Hello, welcome to Wispcam. I am Venugopal. In this video, we will see about how to work with 2D pocket options in English. Also, how to apply 2D pocket toolpath efficiently on 3D model directly. This video is recorded while taking training session. One of my students at online. I am also sharing this video with you all for learning and improve our knowledge. Thank you. Okay. So just I now skipping the finishing. So do you want manual entry? Where do you want, right? So now I'm going to define a point. So first I'm just defining the center point and I'm just defining one another point. So this is my other point. So if you want a helix at center point, you can simply add a point in chain. Simply select point and view point. Okay, I'm just starting this. It is not added. Yes. So now the chain point will be added, and I am going to parameter helix. This is my helix and centron entry point. I'm just enabling this. You can see this. The helix will be created from the center point. This is helix, brother. Yes, it is 10 to 20 mm. So minimum what radius should be uh, created, maximum what radius should be created. You can create the helix in between. We will tell you can create the radius in between this dimension. Yes, you can see this, brother. It will be created that dimension only. Yes, it will be created the middle of the 10 mm, 5 7 6. So at this area it will be calculated automatically how much is the radius. Yes, so now you can see this from center point the tool will be moved at this area. So now the helix radius will be double of the amount. That's why that is yes. So if you have a large area, you can give the large helix, but you have a small area, you can give the small helix also. If you give the small helix, it will be also consumed the cycle time. Okay, but if you give the large helix, it will not consume the cycle time. Okay, brother, you can see. Yes. So next one is the helix angle. You can give the plunge angle. Just I'm defining F5. You can see the difference. The taper will be enlarged. If you give it 1 mm, 1 degree, sorry, you can see this. One, yes, yes. 1 mm, not mm value, brother. This is degree of the angle. 5-degree angle, 1-degree angle. Angle, how to calculate means it's based on your pocket area, brother. Based on your pocket area and based on your tool diameter. So how we should give? You can give the angle 3 to 5 mm. It will go smoothly. I am using this 3 to 5 mm only. Yes. Brother, the plunge angle, the tool will be plunged with material and it has been defined the angle movement. No, no. If your depth of cut is same, okay, 1 mm, okay, your depth of cut is 1 mm. Now you are creating a plunge angle, defining the plunge angle is 1 degree. So now what will be happen? The helix will go full radius, with create full radius and it will go the 1 degree at taper. You can see, just I am defining my 1 mm depth of cut is, just I am defining the 1 degree taper angle. What will be happen? You can see the difference between the helix. You can see this, brother. It is created a full arc. You can see the helix will be created a full arc and it will be go multi passes for defining the 1 degree only. And if you give the 5 mm 5 degree angle, you can see, yeah, in between this circle radius, the 5 degree will be enough. You can see, that's why this. While plunging only, brother. Yeah, helix will be created while plunging only. The angle will be created at the plunging time. Yes. So if you don't want this helix, you can simply enable the follow boundary option. You can see there is no helix. The ramp will be created at the this entire circle motion, chain motion. You can see this is the ramp. This is the ramp, brother. First point. See, you can see this. Yes. So if you have this type of, please wait. I will draw on something to give a better example to you. And offset. Okay. 3 points. Now this is my pocket. I have to remove material from this area. I am just defining rechain on. This is the pocket. You can see there is no helix. The follow boundary option is enabled. You can see the same boundary design is enabled as ramper. Yes, brother. Yeah, what is the type of design? The same design will be created as a the RAM type. That is follow boundary option. There is no helix and ramp. Next, in of failure, if this is also failure, please exceed the length. You can give the 10 mm, 20 mm, how much of your area, exceed the length of the profile boundary. Okay, only the profile of this boundary, it will be increased. Only failure. Okay, when the failure will be created, happened, the failure will be happened at if you don't have large tool. The ramp will be not created at the small area, and if you put large tool, the ramp will not be created and follow boundary will not be created, right? At this time, the length if exceeds that at the time, um, how can I explain that? Please wait. Yes, 20 comma 30. This is my rectangle. So my tool is 10 mm. Okay. So you can see this. This is a small area and my tool is large tool, right? Yes, brother. Yes, this is a small area and my tool is large tool for this area right now. Yes, so I need to run this area with this tool. Now I am just defining the helix or ramp or follow boundary option. I am just giving the more highest value. So at this time it will not create. I am just explaining this. Each channel. Ten mm. Okay, 10K. You can see this, brother. There is no helix or follow boundary. Yes, brother, because of here is high value. The follow boundary it's not created. If I give the helix, what will learn? It is also not created in the helix because of there is a small area. My tool is big. That's why the helix also is not created. So if this is a failure to create helix, right? The helix is not created, right? So now this is a failure. If all entry attempt fails, the plunge will be enabled. In this plunge, direct plunge, the plunge value is from this value. If you give empty, it will be happen. And thing next one is if on failure only if length exceeds. In case of failure, just increase the length. You can see now the ramp will be enabled. I am just showing the front view, brother. You can see this, brother. The ramp will be enabled because of I am just increasing the length of the profile. So now there is a no interruption for the profile. It will be I'm just defining this is the 1 mm length. You can see I'm just defining the length as 1 mm. Now the ramp will be created. That is the option. The length X is option. Okay, brother. It will be confusing. So no problem. You will be practice. So this type of work you will be practice. Then we will see this again. No problem. Clearly. That is the failure and length axis option. So next one is, most of the time we will not use, because of if the more material removal we can do this better tool to remove. We are not giving the large tool. If you give the large tool, we can enable that option. Yes. Hmm. So now also you can define the chain entry point in this area. Yes, the helix has been created at this area. Okay. It is taken, brother. Minimum 1 mm it will be taken. Yes. If you are giving the 10 mm, what should happen? XY clearance. It is also created because of there is the height between this area. Analyze distance. You can see there is 36 mm length. That's why it will be created. If you give the 40 mm, what will be happen? 45 I'm just giving. Now you can see there is no helix because of I'm giving the helix as 45 mm. Now you can see the follow boundary, it has been enabled. You see, brother, the ramp. Yes. So that's why. So that is the XY clearance. If you give the clearance, that will be go. That will not go with that side. So is this enough? 1 mm, brother. So yes. Next, ramp. You can give the ramp here also. It is also the ramp. You can see the zigzag motion. This is a zigzag motion. And you can, yes, and you can give the additional slot with here also. I'm just giving the 10 mm. You can see it will be created as a slot. The ramp will be created as a slot. Yes, brother, is this understand? Same option, brother. Here plunge angle, the same option. The angle of the jig and jag, that is, I'm just disabling the slot. You can see this, brother. This is a 5-degree angle and this is the 3-degree angle. That is difference between jig and jag. You can give the separate jig and jag. Okay. Also, you can define the XY angle. Just I am giving the 90-degree. You can see the same as roughing angle from zigzag. The ramp will be along with the y-axis. You can see the ramp will be along with y-axis. Yes, brother. Yes, that is the same option. That is XY angle. The same jet clearance. So next we are going to see the aligned ramp with the entry point. So now I am aligning the ramp with the entry point. Already I have given the entry point, right? This is my entry point. So please see what will happen. You can see the ramp has been aligned the entry point. You can see, brother. It has been aligned with this. So if you need the ramp from that point, you can simply enable that. Now we can see the ramp will be from at this point. Okay. Yes. So there is an option for this is also entry motion, ramping motion and helix motion. Next, if you give the finishing, the leader passes, this is finishing pass. Okay, brother. This is roughing and it will be remove the last pass as finish. Only one. Yes, yes, yes. No, brother. In case of thin wall, you can give. If you want depth of cut at the finish, yes, in depth of cuts, for in finish depth of cuts. Yes, yes, brother. Please wait. So, my length is 200 mm and my width is 150 mm, right, brother? So, there is a closest entity means this is a closest entity, right? Small entity. So now I am enabling. You can see this is my now my finish pass is started at the 200 mm length of the entity, right? So now I am enabling this start finish passes at the closest entity. What will happen? You can see this, brother. This is the closest entity at of this area. Now the finish passes has been started at this area. Okay. Yes. The next one is machine finish passes only at final depth. If you given this, it will be go with only final depth. The same multi-pass option. You can see this. This is all a roughing option only, operation only. And the finish pass will go with the final depth. In case do you want at all the depth, you can simply disable that. Yes. Machine finish passes only in final depth. I'm just disabling this. You can see this. Every depth the finish passes will be come. Okay, brother. Yes, every roughing depth. Okay. So the same the keep tool down option. Don't go the retract directly down and machine finish passes after roughing all pockets. We have already seen this. So if you have one or more pockets, you can use this. Next is thin wall. So how many depth do you want to run this? You can see this. The depth will be come at the depth step of cuts. The maximum calculated step, if you want 2 mm, you can just give here 8 finish passes per rough depth of cut. Uh, 5. You can see our depth of cut is 1 mm, right, brother? Okay, I am defining my finishing thin wall as from the rough depth of cut divided by 5. How much of this? 0.2, right? 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. That's why it is created. My maximum rough step down from the depth of cut is 1 mm. Maximum this is. So climb direction, conventional direction, up milling, down milling, do you want? You can give here. So now it will be go with the 0.2 cuts. You can see this. If you have a thin wall, you can give here. This is thin wall machining option. So how much depth will be width will be called as thin wall? If minimum 10 mm, maximum 10 mm wall, it has been calculated as thin wall. So why we are running the thin wall by depth of cuts for finishing? Because of if you plunge with full depth, the thin wall has been bent. Yes, yes, that's why. Yes, brother. Next, we are going to see there is a slow connection, brother. Just yes, the same lead in lead out option you can use while finishing. Okay. Next one is keep tool down. The same rough depth of cut, finish cuts, keep tool down, subprogram option, depth cut order by pocket by depth, same. The taper walls is same. We have to see only the use island depth, right? Yes, the breakthrough is same and linking parameter is also same. Brother, we are already seen by contour by depth. The same option. The same option. If you one or more pocket, you can give by pocket. It will go entire pocket and it will go another pocket. If you give depth, it will go every depth for entry pocket. Another pockets. That is the same option, brother. Yes, yes, yes. So this is a pocket machining. So now we are going to see what is island. Island means, so this is your pocket, right? You have to machine this cavity, and at this time, do you need yes, 60 comma 25 yes. So this is a cavity you have to remove, and you have to neglect this. There is a another core is in between this pocket. So what will have to do? We need to we don't have to machine in this area. Okay, this is called the island, brother. I need to add this chain at this pocket. You can see this is called island. The pocket will not machine with this area. You can see this, it will now go inside at this island. Yes, this is island machining. The constant overlap spiral has been applied, right? You can see this. Yes. So now, brother, if you want, you can save this. Now I am again opening the model. Yes. Do you want to save this? Yes. Yes. So now I am opening a 3D model, which has been I have sent. Where is this? I am thinking desktop, right, brother? Access number 2. So now this is my model. I have to machine in this area. What happened? It's take very slow, brother. That's why. So see, brother. So in this pocket we have to machine this, and we have to neglect this island. So how it will be work? So first of all, we are just analyzing the depth. I'm going to just dynamic, and my pocket depth is minus 28 mm, right? Yes, and this is 0. Yes, and my island depth is 14 mm, right? I have to remove material from the 14 mm depth, right? Before that I have to machine. So what we have to do in this case? Yes, I am just defining the stock setup. I'm just defining the all solid. It will be detected the dimensions from the solid. So next I'm going to do a pocket machining. Okay, the only solid chain will be available. I'm just defining this chain. This is my pocket, and these two are my island, right? Yes, I'm just defining that. So now I am going to define create tool, bullnose center mill, 20 mm cutter, R1 tool radius. I'm just finish this. Cutting parameter, I'm giving that same. Roughing, I'm giving that same. Okay, my remachining tolerance is for constant overload spiral, it's 0.1 mm. And the entry motion, I'm just skipping this. I'm just skipping this. I'm just the known depth of cut. So my incremental feed plan is 1 mm, and my depth is 0. Top of stack is 0, and my depth is minus 28, right, brother? I'm just giving this. We can see what will happen in 3D machining simulation. So our island is only at minus 14 mm depth, right? But the tool path will be created from the top of the depth. How can we remove from at the depth? That is the option called as use island depth in depth of cuts. Use island depths. So use island depths. If you enable this, the island where it has been placed at the depth, and it has been calculated. You can see the simulation. From the depth, the island will be, yeah, there is a difference between that. Is this clearly understand you, brother? That's why I am imported a model to better understand. Yes. 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 Same thing only, brother. Yes. Yeah. So this is a pocket option to remove more material at cavity. You can use this. The lot of uh, please wait. Please wait, brother. I'm just given the lot of models to practice. Where is the 2D milling? Yes. These models also we can use for practice, and these models also we can use for practice. Okay. This is also a three. Yes, brother. Yes, yes. When you use, I don't know, brother. Yes, yes. For practice, please be practice with the models. The all the models are contains pockets, only contours, options. Yes, brother. Please. We will see next classes. So this is a basic options. I'm just giving the training to you. First, the basic. The if you have a outer stock or inner stock with the wall, you can use the contour option. If you want, yes. How wall will finish? If you enable this, you can see it will be finished. Unless before we have to give the 0, right? I'm just giving the 0. Finishing 0.5 only. And depth I will finish this with this tool. If you use this finish option, this roughing tool will be finished the model. Only wall and depth. I am also defined the depth floor also. Now simply enable the workpiece. Okay. The tool will be finished at the entire area, and the only leftover stock is R1 corner edges, right? Yes. You can see this brother, the workpiece as shown. This is only a stock. If you enable the workpiece, the gray color workpiece will enable. You can see this. There is no stock for floor and the wall, right? Yes. Yes, brother. This is the finishing. If you need finishing with the same tool, we can also use this. Yeah. Okay, brother. Please be practice. Take 2 days for practice. We will see Monday. Thank you, brother. If you have a doubt, brother, if you have a doubt, you can simply see my YouTube channels. If you know already that, brother. Yes.